Prepare for attack!
What up, Jippers? LPlay's back once again because right on schedule we have unlocked a brand new No Man's Sky Next feature reveal through Waking Titan and the ARG. If you're completely lost about what that is, there is a video in the description and the pinned comment called What is Waking Titan? That will bring you up to speed on everything you need to know, and it will show you where we're getting all of this stuff from and how we're getting leaks and reveals about the No Man's Sky Next update before it comes out. But now, let's jump into this freaking magnificent little thing that we've got here, and of course it is a brand new ship model, fully fleshed out in 3D, rotating around in all of its glorious beauty for us to see a bit more clearly. Now, those of you that have been paying attention will know that this ship design, this model that we're seeing, is actually one that we had teased to us through a scrambled image a while back. So I'll show you the scrambled image that's been pieced back together, and what I actually think we're looking at here, and why we've only been shown the one ship on this reveal, is quite interesting, because now that I've seen this model, and I've spent a lot more time looking at this original ship image since it was first revealed and thinking about it a lot more, I actually think what we're looking at is a transforming multiplayer co-pilotable ship. Some sort of freighter or attack ship that we are going to be able to squad up and control as a group of 2 to 4 players in No Man's Sky Next when it drops and fully fledged multiplayer's there. And I actually think what we're seeing here is just one ship that can actually open up. So the little open section in the top left one there, the front area, I think that actually opens up. So on the right, I think we're looking at that closed. And I actually think the one below that, the one that almost looks bigger just because of the way these pictures are shown, is actually that again, but in a slightly different formation. Because if you look at the top left one, it's got the kind of flaps pointing out that kind of give it that spear shape if you look at it from above, kind of like an arrow, and that matches up pretty perfectly with the bottom one. If you look at that from the top down view, it looks like an arrowhead. It's got the same sort of shape, the same gun turrets, the same sort of placement of everything on it. So I do actually think this is some kind of like reconfiguration of that ship. And if I was gonna guess, I would say maybe that's some sort of attack mode. You know, like prepare the weapons, activate all of the defense systems, and then the ship kind of transforms and prepares for that attack mode, which is slightly different from its regular, more bulky looking mode when it's just hauling or traveling around in space. So that is very, very interesting. Obviously, that's my theory on it. I don't know that for sure. All we know for certain, as always, is that this reveal is what we've got. The 3D holographic model of the ships. That's what we've actually been given. That's what we can see. And it definitely looks like some sort of attack vessel, right? There are quite a lot of turrets on here. We've got one big, like, anti-aircraft looking bulky turret right on the top there. And there's at least 2 more turret systems underneath on the lower side of the vessel. So that, to me, just screams that this is some sort of attack ship. This is not like the freighters we've got in-game now that are pretty much transport vehicles and vessels for carrying goods. This, to me, looks like a lean, mean fighting machine, and I think that's why it has the configuration that opens up at the front. It's so that you can launch your attack ships from there, so our individual player ships, perhaps, or some sort of smaller drone ships will be stored in there. When it opens up, they'll all fly out to attack, and the main ship will act as like the centerpiece, the spearhead of the attack in the background with all of the heavy firepower. So yeah, this is completely freaking blowing my mind. I was also the first person that managed to get a comment on this video on YouTube, which is insane. Just out of pure coincidence, I was sat there watching the Satcom dashboard. I was only looking at it for about 30 seconds, and literally as I was looking at it, boom, Element 3 unlocked. So straight away, straight to this video, I looked at it, I was like, holy freaking yes. I actually predicted that this was going to be the next thing we were going to see. Because we saw a couple of variations of the player model, and we had that original scrambled image of these ships a while back, but then we never saw anything since then. So I did kind of expect that we were going to get a fully animated, like 3D hologram version of this to actually look at, or maybe a screenshot or something like that. So I knew something like this was coming, but now that I've seen it and I've been thinking about it a lot more, this has my excitement levels through the roof. One, because it looks so sleek, so crisp, and two, because it seems like it's going to be a massive attack focused ship, like a mega ship that is completely designed from the ground up to be a combat ship. So when Sean was talking about large-scale space battles with your friends online in the Inside Xbox interview, I think this is going to be like the figurehead for that, you know, the central ship that our little teams and our squads get together in, launch our individual ships out of it, or co-pilot this together with like one person manning the turrets, one person doing the controls, one person doing the lower turrets. All kinds of crazy ideas going through my head about how this could work, but it definitely seems like there's going to be a lot more space combat and a lot more of a focus on that when the update drops. So my speculation, my theory based on this image, of course, is that we are going to see some significant improvements to the way that space combat works, the way it handles, but also the actual mechanics and how multiplayer plays into that. I don't think it's going to be simple. We have our ships like we do now, and we can go and attack other people in their ships. I do think stuff like this is a big indication that we're going to have like little mini fleets, little tiny factions, even if it's just our squad of 4 people getting together with like one of these and a couple of regular ships around that is going to make for some really epic space battles. And gosh, I hope photo mode still works in fully fledged multiplayer, because thinking about all of the amazing pictures I could take of a battle going on between like 2 or 3 of these is just blowing my mind, especially if you think you're going to have smaller ships, maybe even like sentinel ships getting involved and stuff in the background as well. Just, yeah, it's going to make for some crazy scenes, guys, and I am super excited about this. So that's what I think it is. That's what I think it's going to do. Of course, the multiplayer stuff and the co-piloting, that's my idea, my theory, based on what we've seen so far and from the fact that they had annotations and stuff on various different points and areas of the ship in the scrambled image. That's not confirmed, so just keep that in mind. I am super excited. That's what I do. I look at this stuff, I try and break it down, I try and think about what it means, and of course I get excited about anything we see, because I freaking love the game now, and all of this stuff they're showing me just makes it look like this update is going to completely blow us away. And I still think we're only seeing a tiny bit of what we're going to get in next. But yeah, let's take another little closer look at the actual rotating model that we've been given, because there is one thing that I kind of want to talk about that I'm not entirely sure on. I do think the way that this model's displayed, the way that the kind of wings and stuff are shown and pointed and angled, definitely makes it look like that's reconfigurable to me. Like they can kind of go zzz, like into the ship, and then it all opens up and transforms into like attack version or travel version or something like that. But there is also like a flat panel, almost like a landing area, that looks a little bit out of place to me, like right on the top. It just looks like 2 flat panels with kind of down shafts on it, and I don't really know exactly what that is. I was kind of thinking maybe that's a landing pad, which could make sense. If this was some sort of carrier attack vessel, you'd have the bay doors that open up from the front there, possibly being where we land ships, but then another landing pad on the top. Although I don't know if that would kind of be too much, because I don't personally expect that we're going to be able to have like 10 to 15 people landing on one of these. I don't think the multiplayer is going to go to that extent. So if that thing on the top there, those kind of platforms on either side that just look like rectangles, if they are landing pads, then there is one other interesting possibility that I want to kind of talk about, and that is maybe this front area that opens up that has the kind of blue glowing there. Maybe that actually isn't a landing area. Maybe that's not like the interior like a space station, although it does look like that to me. Maybe that's actually some kind of huge beam cannon or something, you know, like the Death Star kind of thing, like a huge energy cannon that would take like a long while to charge up or something. I don't know. I do think personally it looks more like an area that opens up that you can fly a ship into and out of, but that little thing on the top, the little platform being there as well, is kind of throwing me a bit, unless I'm seeing that as something that it's not. I don't know. What do you guys think of that platform on the top there? What do you think of the front area? Is that a landing area? Does it open up and let you fly in and out of it? Or is that some kind of opening for like a mega beam cannon? And if it is something like that, what the heck are we going to be fighting? Because there is nothing in the game at the moment that would mean we need some kind of Death Star level mega cannon. I don't know what that could be. I do think I'm more leaning to it being that hangar area, the opening space station type landing pad. You go in there and that's the inside of your ship. But I am really kind of torn and confused on that because the other things on the top do certainly look like landing pads to me, unless there's something else that's like in the process of transforming or not fully shown in that model or something. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But yeah, I guess that's everything I've got to say about this particular model. It's definitely the same sort of ship that we were teased in the scrambled image. I do now think that I've had more time to think about it, and now that we've seen this and it's just the one ship, and I've looked at that original image a lot more since I originally talked about it, I do think this is some kind of transformable ship, some reconfiguration. All of those bits in that scrambled image are of the same type of vessel. Very excited about that. This is definitely a new class of ship. Even if I'm completely wrong about what it is 100% something completely new. It doesn't look like a freighter. It doesn't look like a regular ship. This is something else. It definitely looks more geared and focused towards attack. So I do think we've got like a really deadly attack ship that's going to be fighting out in space, out above the planet's atmosphere, and making for some really epic battles up there. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. Hopefully you guys are too. I cannot wait to see what we get next. So we've seen a scrambled image of this, and we've seen the hologram. So I don't know if they'll show us any more of this particular ship, or if what we're going to get next is something else. So we're going to see something completely different again. We saw a scrambled image and the hologram of the player models. Of course, we got the Xbox pre-order bonus as an extra thing for the player models. But in terms of the Waking Titan stuff, we've only really seen like the two things, right? The scrambled images and the actual hologram. So I don't know if we'll get something else of the ship. I kind of would love to see more of this. I would love to see like a short video of it actually transforming, or a screenshot, or maybe even a tiny little teaser clip of it in battle, or gearing up, or charging, or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think we're going to see next? What do you guys think of this? Drop it in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like and a comment. And of course, I will be back in another video very soon. Remember, we are getting weekly reveals, so this is not going to be the last one. There will be one every single weekend now, up until the launch, and we may well see other little bits of information coming out in between that. So stay tuned, stay excited, keep an eye on Waking Titan, and I will catch you in the next one soon. Take care, guys, and peace. I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to my current Patreon supporters: Shiroko Majeli, YO, Madeline J, NTB, Ovian S, Tyler D, Todd Cook, Neil B, Anarchy, Vanilla, Rasmus K, Autumn Long, Lukash, Husband Vader, Amras, Dale from the Atlas Hub, Ty the Blazer, Joanne Anderson, Heath, and the Portrait Dude. You guys are the best.